Bestie, in this video, I'm gonna show you how to unlock all the endings in the Dress to Impress Summer Quest and get all 3 new items. Don't miss your chance to win free VIP. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like while the timer's still ticking. One of my subscribers got a permanent VIP today. If you want one too, drop your Roblox username in the comments. So guys, we're jumping into the quest lobby, and our task is to pick one of the 4 teleport options. You can play solo with 2, 4, or even 6 players. Honestly, I recommend tackling this quest with as many players as you can, because it's way more fun and goes a lot faster when you've got a full squad. You can either join a lobby with 6 players or ask your friends to join in, but if that's not an option for you, playing solo works just fine too. I decided to go with a friend, so we're diving into Chapter 1, and we pick 2-player mode. We watch the intro cutscene, but I'm skipping it here so I can show you the guide as quickly as possible. Now we load in, and you can take a moment to walk around and see what's going on. Our goal now is to head to the desk. You head up the yacht and stand in the circle. And here's where we face a pretty important decision. We can either investigate the music or investigate the fog. This choice is key because if you pick music, you'll follow the main path of the quest and get one item. But if you pick fog, you'll get a hidden cutscene and a different item. Honestly, investigate fog is one of the trickier tasks, so I'd recommend going with music on your first run-through. So, the first task is to fill the party meter. All you have to do is stand on the square with the shell. And if you do it right, your character will start dancing really energetically. The longer you stand on the square, the faster the meter fills up. And here's the kicker. The more players you have standing, the faster it goes. I highly recommend doing this with at least 3 players, because doing it solo is kinda tough. When I did it with just 2 players, it took us around 3 to 4 minutes. Once that's done, you get a minute to just hang out and explore the area. It's actually really important for the next task. Look around for the bar counters and stools. You'll definitely want to explore the environment and get a feel for the space, especially when it comes to the next part of the quest. Or you can hit the dance floor and get your groove on. After that, we move on to the next dialogue window and admire all the gorgeous decorations. Also, I gotta mention how cool it is that all the players are chatting while this happens. Next, players report that they need a refreshing smoothie after that. And our task is to serve up some smoothies, delivering a total of 10 smoothies to customers. So, we need to approach these. Honestly, I don't know why this item is glowing, but okay. Anyway, we go up to these coconut customers, and they'll tell us what smoothie they want. For example, this character wants lemon lavender. We head over to the bar area, click on an empty glass, press E, and select the drink we need. Then, just press E again, or hover over it like this, and you can use the tray. But honestly, I found it wasn't necessary. I could deliver the drinks without the tray just fine. The next customer also wants lemon lavender. I don't know, but the tray doesn't drop automatically. You have to manually select it. Anyway, we grab another drink and serve it again like this. It's not mandatory to use the tray, as I mentioned earlier. In general, when you give them the smoothie, a new customer pops up, so it's not that hard. You can split the work with your friends, for example. One group of friends could work on one side of the location and another on the other. Like, my friend was working on the other side, as you can see, delivering smoothies too. Also, there are 2 blenders in this spot, so you can make 2 smoothies at the same time, which is super handy, especially when customers show up right here in a convenient spot. So, to get through this faster, you can take on 2 orders at once and make 2 smoothies at the same time. Also, keep in mind that these characters have a limited time of 45 seconds to receive their drinks, or else they'll disappear. But there's no limit on the task itself. You can keep making smoothies as long as you need, even if you don't manage to deliver them in time to the adorable coconuts. As you can see, we finish almost at the same time, and after the black screen, we kind of sail away from this island and then return to head to the desk. And also, we are faced with a choice between search for treasure or just keep sailing. I choose search for treasure because if we pick the second option, we'll end up doing a different part of the quest, and essentially, all our efforts would be wasted as we want to complete the main part. After this choice, we head to an unknown location, and our task is to investigate the wreckage. Honestly, this part of the location is quite challenging because there's a parkour section. You have to navigate through the broken boards, anchors, and so on. If you fall into the water, you'll bounce back. The difficulty lies in the fact that everything is actually moving, so sometimes you have to wait for the right time to jump. For example, at this point, I just can't jump to the spot I need to reach, which is honestly really frustrating. Also, many of these objects disappear after a while, which makes it inconvenient. So, sometimes it's better to die and try again, like I'm doing here. Overall, it's not too hard, and as long as one of the players makes it to the end, it becomes easier for everyone else. Oh, a piece just disappeared right under me. That's weird. Anyway, just take it slow and be careful. There are some objects here that don't move, so you can stand on them if it's more comfortable. We need to pass through 2 rings, which are like checkpoints, and then we head to this wrecked ship and reach the last checkpoint. Next, we need to go inside, and there's a new parkour challenge. This part is much easier because it seems like nothing is moving, so you just jump like this. After that, you see an arrow pointing upwards, so we need to jump higher. Then, we see another ring, and there's also a chest. When we click on it, we get a choice. To be honest, I didn't really understand the point of this. It seems like nothing changes, so you can just pick anything. After that, we need to return to the yacht with the treasure, and we can simply jump straight from here to the stone and head back. Honestly, returning seems a little easier, but as you can see, I'm just having bad luck here because the items under me keep disappearing. Don't forget, everything moves, so be really careful and make sure to get to these stone rings, as they serve as checkpoints. After a few tries, as you can see, I'm struggling to reach this spot, so it's honestly easier to die and restart. But, finally, we're almost at the finish line. We just need to jump, nothing is moving here, and finally, we're back on the yacht and enter the ring. Overall, one of you can reach the end, and even if some players don't make it, you'll all proceed to the next cutscene. Now, we finally get the achievement and the cutscene, followed by the message, "To be continued." So, we've completed the main part of the quest, and now we can return to the lobby. By the way, here, you can also change the radio tune, which is pretty cool. Now, let me show you the item we get. Alright, so if we head over to the dressing booth and click on the last reward icon for completing quests, we'll see this top. This is actually the top of one of the characters in the next part of this quest, which I'll show you later. But first, let's go ahead and get another item. We'll need to head back to the quest lobby and load back in. Now, the first part of this quest is really easy, so you can do it solo, but the next part is a whole other level of tough. Trust me, I suggest doing it with at least 2 or 3 players. So, we do everything the same as before, and one player needs to stand in this spot. Pay attention here, because you'll need to select Investigate Fog. Once you do that, our ship will head to this island, and our task is to discover the island's secrets. Now, everything in this part is from a first-person perspective to help you spot the items and keep track of the monster hunting you. First thing I recommend is grabbing a lamp. They usually drop on the ground, and it will help you see better in the dark. Your goal is to head to the cave and step into the green circle. Once you're in, you'll see geometric shapes like triangle, circle, square, and we need to find notes with those shapes, and each note will have a code. For example, the circle equals 3, and so on. The gameplay here kind of reminds me Game of Slender Man. It's tricky because once you find the cave, a 10-minute timer starts ticking, and you can also get caught in traps like I did. Your job is to hit the spacebar or click the screen to avoid them. These traps are tricky, and I advise you to watch the ground for any traps. It gets a little hectic. The monster that's hunting you hears these traps, so if you're not careful, it'll catch up to you. My advice? Hide behind trees or in bushes to avoid it. After collecting the notes, you and your teammates should split up. But honestly, most of the notes are scattered around the island. You just need to run and grab them. Some are on the ground, others on trees or rocks. Oh, and here's the thing. You have 3 lives. If you run out of lives, the game ends, and you'll have to start over in the lobby. Now, I'm not sure exactly how to avoid death when the monster chases you. It's much faster, and you have limited stamina. But if you're lucky, you might be able to escape by jumping into the cave or hiding behind a bush. So, we've collected all 6 notes, and they're randomly placed in different locations, so I can't give you their exact spots. After that, head back, and your task is to enter the PIN code. My friend was dictating the code to me, which is written on the wall. The code is different every time, so pay attention to that. Once you enter it, you'll open the door, and a cutscene will play. Though it's not really a secret cutscene, just a preview of the next part of the quest. We get the message, "To be continued," and then head back to the main lobby. You only need to make 2 attempts during this part to get both items. Now, let's head back to the lobby, and I'm going to show you all the items you get after completing the quest. By the way, I have a question. Why don't we get seashells after finishing this quest? I honestly don't really get why we didn't get the seashells like we were promised for finishing the quest. But anyway, the first item we get is this super cool top from the Captain Scarlet character. Let me adjust the skin color so we can take a better look at it. So we've also got some toggles, like we can remove the necklace or keep it, and it looks absolutely gorgeous, guys. But that's not all. We also get this full outfit, which includes this super long, gorgeous skirt. Sadly, it doesn't have a toggle, but trust me, it's seriously stunning. I love this set so much. I'm sure you can make a ton of cool combos with it. And guess what? Influencer Call Me Hallie shared a sneak peek with us. And this is what the shoes from this set are gonna look like. Unfortunately, we can't get them yet, but we'll be able to in the next part of the summer quest. I'm not 100% sure if we're just getting the shoes, or maybe something else too. But it's possible that in the next part of the quest, we'll finally get those shoes, and maybe the seashells too. So, drop a comment and let me know what you think of this quest. Did you manage to finish it? And what do you think will happen next?